cross lap here. Hard brakes there, coming right round. Going through the slalom up to the tight chicane right hand corner. And he's coming down on the long turn pretty early on the brakes here, doing a nice and safe time. Oh, he nearly spun there, but did manage not to hit the cone, so he went screeching through the finishing line, and now comes combustion. Tuskia 119. They actually clipped the cone just coming out, so that was a bit too risky. Tight corner. It's one cone down already, sadly. But he's really pushing it here on his first go. Giving everything. And here we've got Tuskia going through. Very nice. Sadly, clipped a cone right at the beginning. So the driver needs to be briefed here from his team so that he doesn't do that mistake again on the second run. And now we see Denmark on their second run, E31. Lean driving here. And very hard on the brakes, tight cornering, quite early cornering in that one. Definitely better this time. Let's have a look at the lap time. So that was a 96.47 lap time there from Denmark. And now we have car 115, that's Izat going down there. We've got another car. That's a British car from Liverpool, car number 24. That's already revving up its engine in the pits. And waiting for Izat to finish their lap here. Very early on the brakes there, so he's playing safe for the first lap. Coming in nicely here. pretty late on the brakes just before and having a time of 94.85. That's not bad, but we already saw so far that Tuskia had a better time, but they did clip a cone, and the driver feeling pretty confident here with the car on the racetrack. He's going straight back out, really pushing hard here. You can really see how the driver's working. Coming around and to the part of the real Hockenheim track. And ready to go, I think now is car number 24. He's just getting the green flag and he'll be coming out. Oh, he stalled the engine. We'll wait a bit longer. It's going to restart the engine. And hopefully he's coming again. Yeah, he's got it now. And he crosses the start line. So this is the very first lap from Liverpool. So he's now coming onto the last straight. Let's see how very early in the brakes again here. So he's playing very safe in that corner. Oh, problems shifting there. Driver really angry on that. Not sure what's happened there, but some shifting problems. But very well done there. And we've got the British team, Liverpool 24, still on track now, coming through to the chicane. Slalom, sorry. But And waiting up in line is E40 Eindhoven. We've just flipped the drive button on our coming out. Very nice 13-inch alloy wheels there on that car. Going straight forward and doing it faster. Oh, I think he bottomed up there. That was, what car was that? Electric E67, I think. So this is very difficult here on this track because it's quite bumpy. You do have to correctly set up your suspension and not to bottom out. But now RIT are coming around to the last section, crossing into section 8 of this course, and we'll probably get a good glimpse of the first aerodynamic wing car and their lap time and see what kind of lap times they will achieve. So let's have a look here. Rochester with the 82nd, 55. So you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, one of the top teams last year here in Hockenheim. Again, top performing here. We can see definite improvement on lap times. And the driver's really willing, going straight out again. He really, I think, likes this course. Car seems perfectly set up, otherwise he wouldn't have gone out straight away. And let's take a closer look at car E40 Eindhoven, who've done some outstanding performance on skid pad and acceleration. Nicely coming around that last left right hand corner, and let's have a look at the time there. It's going to be the fastest electric car so far. Yes, it is 89.73 seconds. So good near to 10-second difference to Rochester. And Eindhoven seem happy with the car setup. It's going straight out. Rochester here, RIT really pushing hard. The driver, I think, really enjoying this track. We'll wait a little with the driver. I think it's Taylor who's. And let's get his opinion on how he track today. Now he passes the finishing line. Big round of applause going down there. So it's been quite a good time. So just Mickey down there with our last man on the track so far. So Mickey, over to you. So the driver's helmet off, but the interview going on shortly. By this time, Akron is back out on the. And Eindhoven. And by the sound of the cheers and fast time. So I'm going back to Mickey now. He's ready to go. So Mickey. Very interesting insights from our driver from RIT, so thank you very much there. And when we go and have a look back on track, Akron is still coming in, just braking very late here, bit of understeer, and let's have a look. An 86, so RIT with a very fast time there, I think, with 78.38. Akron with their first good time of 86.997. Back out. He's completely happy with the car and the setup, and he wants to set up a better time. Oh, very close there, nearly clipped a cone whilst coming out. So let's see how that driver can improve his lap time. So we've got another electric car, E58, already gone up, it's ready to go out. So we're going to get the green flag before yes it is. So we're going to E58 out on track now. Oh, spun out. So this is going to be an off course. No, not. He went in the right turn. So there's no penalty when the driver goes back and does a loop. So if you can. So that's the 20-second penalty here. But the driver's going to be really angry about that spin. Just that time, 86.96. It was better. It would have been a very fast time if he hadn't spun out there. That is bit of a pity here, but well, they've still got the second driver, and let's hope they can get an even better time, maybe an 80-second time or even under. And we have another good spin from electric car team E58. So what's he going to do? Yeah, he's just going to cut off there, and it's going to be a 20-second penalty on top of that. But with that big spin and the time that he's trying to get back onto track, that's not really going to be a track that's worth counting on. So hopefully we're going to see that car straight out on track again and improve that time, and maybe be a bit more cautious on that very tricky last long run where you've got a very tight right-hand corner with a chicane. So that is be very tricky here, like I already said. I think maybe the track's not key. That's the driver got so much difficult on that last corner. And we have our next car out, car number 86, Team Madrid. And talking about scrutineering, we just had a little chat with Ulf from Scrutineers back, and he said 89% of all cars have actually passed scrutineering, so that's a good good percentage there. And well, let's see if some of the other teams are still willing to do major changes, or the small changes left to get even those cars here competing in the Autocross, or maybe tomorrow in the Endurance, who knows. He's actually got some green rubber from that cone on his tire, so he's been marked. So his last, so plus the penalties from the cones. We'll see how he gets his second run in without cones. So for those of you who want to be updated on the rules, every cone is basically a 2-second penalty, and of course an off course, that is if he leaves the track and goes around outside of the cones and doesn't go back in at the same time or same place where he's actually exited the track, that will count as an off course and a 20-second penalty. So this is why you see some drivers doing a loop. So as soon as they exit the course unpurposely, they re-enter, doing a 360-degree turn back into the place where actually exited the track, and then they do not get a 20-second penalty. But that, of course, costs a lot of time as well. So we'll just have a look at Madrid here. They have a very nice and clean drive so far I've seen. So it's being a bit wary now, going through the slalom. Yeah, I think a bit more cautious now after a shock of killing 2 cones. So let's get down to the last bit of the track, part 8. Left-hand turn coming up. And now going to right-hand, going to the long straight. Hopefully a bit early on the brakes this. Yeah, it's definitely a lot earlier. Very cautious there. So very good, successful run. Madrid, number 86, and we can see that definitely in the time. That's a 98.6 second, so definite improvement to the last lap. Next up is our combustion car, Amberg-Weiden, car number 23. Very loud, 1-cylinder engine, so as soon as he's on accelerator, you can really hear the power of this 1-cylinder engine coming out. Race team's called Running Snails, so hopefully it'll be running fast snails here on track, and maybe even get into the 90 seconds or under racetrack time. And I can see back there the grandstand is being acquired nicely by a lot of spectators, so welcome you to the new part of the grandstand of the new Formula Student. So we'll do a little sound check with you guys. Can you hear us? Can you give us a big sort of massive cheer? So either your cheer wasn't loud enough, or I think check it's faulty, so And Umberg Biden did get time under 90 seconds here, and they're out again. Just lifting off the rear left, that small chicane before the long straight along the. So some of you are wondering why holds car the uprights. So they have the brake discs actually attached to or inside of the rim, so they don't have a central bearing. They have actually an outer bearing. So it does look a very interesting. First sight, you nearly fall for it. You think there's something wrong or broken, but very interesting upright concept from Umberg Biden on the front axle there. Biden got another fast nines, set a high standard of 70 seconds, and that's on a quite dusty track. So, to all your teams out there who's willing to take the challenge up, Taylor, his name was, from RO to maybe beat his time and get some interesting new fast lap times here on this new endurance autocross track. That's right. You never know what's going to happen. There are also always some things that never go according to plan. I think with the tactic from ROT going early, even though the track might be a little dusty and dirty, they definitely have got a good time. And like I said, if one of the other cars does burst a fuel line or even oil spillage or something else happens, then all the other cars definitely have got a disadvantage in that. And what do we see here on the orange car? So another incident that happened last year or 2 years ago in 2 years ago in Silverstone. There was a wet track on the endurance, I think, and Too Fast actually also spilled some oil, and it was so much oil that was dispersed through the water that all the cars after that weren't very much faster. So there weren't actually any fastest lap times from the good teams coming on later. So really. Now we're getting back Deepholtz for the last run ever, and hopefully he's going to learn from that spin mistake and be a bit more careful on that right-hand turn. that definitely the first lap for a first newcomer here, and I have to say suspension a bit soft, so you could really see in the slalom that the car's really turning a bit too much there, but very interesting to watch, and I'm having a lot of fun just watching this car really pushing, I think. What about our grandstand here? You loving it? I think that in particular for the guys really good at the stadium here. So big cheer for Ingolstadt for doing a very fast first lap time for the first driver. I think it's amazing driving here and very amazing car. They've definitely haven't seen that so many times before for a new performing car here, Formula Student in Hockenheim. Yeah, but they should watch out if they're bottoming out. We really did see that through the bottoming out. He did lose a lot of control in that. He just managed to hold it, but that does make it a bit more difficult. But now we have another aerodynamic wing car. That's Monash, car number 66. And it's going to be, I think, a real good comparison to RIT with their fast 78-second lap time. So we'll just have to wait and see here. And another spectacular spin, that's the second one. So I think the first time is still his best time. He's just going to bring it home now. Pushing a bit too hard there on the second time, so. And Monash going very nicely through that slalom. Did you see that? Very nice, stable there. Good suspension setup. Let's see how he does on the bump. Finishing up on the last straight, braking nice and early, very nicely come around there, and going straight through. Let's have the time, and that's at 85.8. So I think we've got a competitor here, RIT. So RIT, if you're watching, Monash University, you've really got a It's great having that big wing on the back. You can actually see where the car is going. Thessaloniki guys, number 12, and they've, I have to say, quite surprised me with their performance with their bright yellow car. And he's getting the green flag, and he's bit of problems there. Nearly stalled the engine, but out nicely here, so car number 12 here on the right, long right turn, now coming into the slalom. Let's see how the car setup looks. Quite stable, so I think suspension setup's nicely done. Body work a bit flapsy there, so flapping around. And now coming into the last bend, getting the black and white checkered flag, and let's have a look at the times. How they did that. Thessaloniki, 91 seconds. Wow. Very good time for them. So they're going straight again out for the second turn, and they're getting the green flag, and off they go. So let's see how much time they can improve on the first lap time of 91 seconds. And now comes Weiden with their second driver. Car number 23, also with a one-cylinder engine. Having last 86-second time, so let's have a look how the second driver can improve in that. And now Thessaloniki are coming onto the final straight into the last right-hand corner. Let's see how they can improve on the lap time, and that looks like a very good improvement, near to 5 seconds, 86-second lap time from Thessaloniki. So congratulations there to our great team. Very good performance, very pleased with that performance. And Weiden now coming in and crossing the finishing line now. And Washington's just ready to go out here. And that's Weiden with 8.7.15. That's not bad. This time so far, I think 86.9. So still waiting for better improvement from the second run of the second driver from Amberg-Weiden. Hopefully he'll manage a faster time. Now we've got an ex-electric car. That's Osnabrück car, 62nd, also with their second driver. And that's Osnabrück just crossing the finishing line there, and with a good time of 86 seconds, so bad. And is that Amberg-Weiden that just spun out? Oh dear. So that was the last run, so there's not going to be much improvement, so I think they're 80. It's going to be the time that's going to be left standing for the autocross, for the endurance tomorrow. So later on, how that's going to get on. Well, that definitely looked fast, Mickey. I mean, it's always good to have some aggressive drivers, especially in the autocross. Not so successful usually on the endurance, but definitely need that on the autocross. And now Wuppertal coming in with a second run with a 93.6 seconds, so well done to Wuppertal. And they're going to do probably driver's change and maybe even get their second drive with their two runs in quite early. And how's our car number 8 doing on track, Mickey? Seen any cones being flipped from car number 8 so far? Looks like a very clean run, I think. And that's Michigan that just crossed the line. Now let's have a look at the time. And that is a very good, very good first time, 80.67 seconds. So this is without aerodynamic packaging here. We've just got 10-inch wheels and an under tray. So the driver's very keen to get out early again, and he's really pushing hard now. So keep an eye, close eye on this car, ladies and gentlemen. It could be maybe the fastest time on the track in this autocross today so far. And there's an electric car that's slowing down, and hopefully is not going to slow down car number 8, but by the rate at which Michigan is catching up, I think the electric car is certainly going to be a hindrance to to Michigan here, so hopefully the electric car can pick it up a bit. Just needs a bit. Oh no, it's gone out again. Is he going to cut out? I'm going to wait, make way for Michigan. We don't know yet, but he's got power up again, so seems to be some electric problem, that car. It's going to be a very, very close one here. But I think the marshals might have to raise a blue flag. No, they don't. It's going to be very keen, and electric car goes out. That means Michigan is free to go through, and let's have a look at their time. That was very lucky there. Can't see it. That's 79.34, so I think we really heard a big round of applause there. Yeah, maybe we should consider next year that all cars have these big, yellow flags that these little kids' bicycles have, so we can keep track of them. Maybe talk to the rules committee there. But he's going quite hard into that hairpin, and you can also see the nice red light flashing on top of the main hoop there. Oh, looking a bit too much on the accelerator, a bit more oversteering there, but very nicely through that right hand corner. And now let's have a look how it goes in through to the slalom. Very nicely and quick through the slalom, so definitely I've got a wicked setup here. And oh, just bottom up that. I think a lot of cars have bottomed up on that last bit, so it really is quite difficult, especially because the car does get out of balance when it hits the ground and has to regain its fall. Now we're going the final corner, and oh, nearly hit a cone there, but managed not to. And I think that was a definite, very fast time, 79.7 seconds. Congratulations to Zurich there. So we've got a very close and close here for combustion's electric. So electric with 70 seconds and RIT with 78 seconds, but we're still going to be patiently waiting here for the second lap for ETR. So ETH, sorry, ETH Zurich, and just have a look if they can actually beat that time from RIT. So statistics say that electrics are the combustions here at Hockenheim. They've been. Let's have a look how they do in the sort of the fastest lap here in Autocross. And so far that does look like a very clean lap from Zurich here. Coming in nicely, very late on the brakes, but all just oversteering. Oh, that driver really knows what he's doing. Slight oversteering there, and yeah, just give a big round of applause that time. That's a good time, 78. So that's on top of a second. So that means RIT has still got the track record at the moment. But wow, car number 92, Oxford Brook. So that is of course definitely a good and fast race car that we've also got to keep our eyes on. And Oxford Brooks, car 92, nicely oversteering here, and we see car 115, that's Izat from France, also with the second driver now out on track. And let's keep our eyes focused back on Oxford Brooks. The driver very aggressive. Oh, he's just too late, and then he's just, well, that's an off track. Definitely is a 20-second penalty there. So the driver and a couple of cones. I think the driver's a bit angry now. But it was the first turn, so he's got another second run. But usually it's always, the driver should always get a very quick, fast first run in, so that if the second run they do push a bit harder, do clip a cone or do go off course, and at least they have a very good first time. So that's usually always the main aim and goal of our drivers here. So we're just got to wait and see if Oxford straight away. I think they are. Nice foiled car, very flashy. And yes, they're getting a green flag and can come out straight away. So let's hope that the driver keeps a cool and calm head now.